what are we going to do? We're going to go to the audience. We're going to talk to the people.
Yes.
We're going to go to the phones.
Right.
We're going to talk to the people. We're going to use the via TV phone. Drew goes out in the audience, talks. Should I do that one?
Perhaps. No.
We doing the guest? Okay, Drew goes out in the audience and talks to people. Anyway, Wendie Malick will be here from Just Shoot Me as our guest. To start off by hitting the audience and speaking to Diane, Divine, and Vanessa, who are, did I get everyone's name right?
That's right.
All right.
Okay. Well, basically, me and my wife have been married. This is Diane. We've been married for 2 years, and recently found out she was bisexual. And so now that we've been in a threesome with Vanessa here for about 6 months now. Basically, we're very happy in the relationship. The relationship is turning out to be a lot better than we expected, and we're really seriously thinking about marriage. Okay, all three of us getting married. Okay, and basically, we don't want to. We know that it's mostly bigamy in most states in the United States, but there are some states that allow polygamous marriages.
Really?
We'd like to know.
Is that true?
Like Utah. You can go to Utah, different places. But basically, we want to know.
I don't think Utah allows it.
Really?
They don't?
That's sort of folklore, I think.
If you're Mormon?
Yeah, they do.
I don't think so. I'm not an attorney, but
there's a place, a little community
in Utah, right? They do it, but I don't think there's actually a law that. Yeah, as I understand.
Well, it's
no
like
state
prostitution in Nevada. It's not legal in Nevada, but if you go to a certain part of Nevada, you can get laid.
Maybe.
Right?
Even you?
Bring enough money. Yeah, if they got a big enough ATM. Please, Drew.
Well, basically, a lot of people tell us it's never going to work, but we've been together for 6 months in a threesome, okay?
And you two are already married.
Yes, we've been married for 2 years, okay? So basically, we want to know what you think about the situation, whether you think that this will work. We've been together for 6 months.
Come on, you know what Drew's going to think
I'm
of this situation.
I'm going to stay quiet for a few minutes and see what everybody else comes up with.
Well, I have a couple of ideas and suggestions. First, I'm picturing what they get for the wedding gifts. They get the monogram towels, hers, and Lucky. In the middle. Why do you have to get married? I guess that's my question. I mean, you don't want to move. You don't want legal problems. You don't want to get tangled up. Things seem to be working out now. Why don't you just ride this out? I mean, what's marriage going to get you?
Well, basically, the equality between the two of them, to make sure that, that none of them feel left out.
Diane, do you want to get married?
Yeah, I want to get married.
No, wait, I'm sorry. But you already are married, right?
Yes, I'm already married.
Vanessa.
Yeah, I really, really want to get married. I don't want to be single and not married for the rest of my life.
Well, you won't be, I promise.
Well, her mom's been pressuring her. She comes from a Jewish family, and they'd like to see her settle down.
Yeah.
That's not true.
No. Not Jewish? Oh, my God.
Not Jewish.
Do you have parents around at all?
Huh? My dad lives in Sun City, but my mama lives in Mississippi.
Do you have any relationship with her at all?
No.
How come?
Because for the fact that my stepdad and me didn't get along too well when I was a kid.
What'd he do to you?
He was abusive.
In what way?
Physically and mentally. So.
Shocker.
Oh, that is Diane. Yeah. I was looking at the card.
So she chose him over me. So.
No, I understand. So, I mean, these are pretty heavy issues. Do you not believe you're worth somebody coming to you and having a stable relationship?
I believe I'm really worth it, but I think, to me, this is way better because I'm getting way more out of it.
Then you're bisexual, too.
Yeah.
Well, see, Drew, yeah, I mean, this is more, not less. That's the way they look at it.
Right.
Drew, you look at it as less intimate. I look at it as more genitalia.
It's more genitalia. It's more sex, but it's less
I don't care if it's by the pound or the number. I just want more genitalia in my relationship. You know what I mean?
I can tell you empirically these things tend not to work out. In fact, I've never seen one work out in any kind of long-term situation. It's Vanessa, right? Vanessa, you've got issues with relationships, so it's going to be difficult for you to have any relationship work out. Anytime you get near intimacy, it's going to be very uncomfortable.
All right, well, let's wrap it up and say that everyone's young. Everyone may not be thinking exactly how they're thinking now a few years from now. And maybe you got an arrangement that seems to be copacetic now. Why don't you just ride it out for a little while and don't be in too big a hurry to make a move, at least a legal move or something.
Be careful, be aware that these relationships usually just sort of start drifting into chaos.
Right,
we have family support.
Right. Yeah. The whole family knows, and they all got our
Everybody's
back.
family knows.
All right.
Yeah, but your family's
Even
spread.
my grandma.
Yeah, but your mom, your dad's abusive. Your mom abandoned you. I mean,
My stepdad is, and my mom, I haven't talked to her in like 2 years since she kicked me out when I was 17. So
she's not
basically, I've done
supportive.
a lot
She's
of
not.
growing
That's
up.
not being supportive.
All right, true.
So-
We know what the truth is here.
Yeah,
So enjoy.
That's right.
Have a good
That's right.
time.
I like to say, but don't get married yet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Thank you.
All right, give him a hand for being so stupid. They seemed relatively more adjusted than most for their question and situation.
Yes,
Yeah.
and happy. I agree with you. Happy now, lest we judge not, lest we be not judged. I mean, they're happy now. They're telling us that, but it's a situation that
All right, we got
will
that
and
part.
usually
We got
does
it. Let's go.
devolve.
There we go. Bob, every situation devolves, though, Drew. Every job, every relationship, every car you buy, everything devolves. Do you know what I'm saying?
The show's
Thank
doing
you.
that right now.
That's right. It was good about 8 seasons ago. Bob is 19. Bob, what's going on?
I have a serious problem. Oftentimes when I'm watching TV, I see a good-looking woman on, and I become aroused, and then I ejaculate in my pants without touching myself, and it totally freaks me out. So far, it's only happened when I'm by myself, but I'm afraid like my roommate or I'll be with a good-looking girl, and the same thing will happen.
So
And
you don't actually have to touch yourself, your
No,
penis, at all?
No,
We've
not at all.
actually,
I don't have-
actually had this call before.
It's an amazing
And
feat.
Adam usually launched into a 20-minute lament.
How fabulous this is?
Yes,
see,
if
the-
only.
Could you imagine using that kind of, having that kind of will? You could probably start wristwatches that were broken, bend spoons, move things around the room.
Are you a virgin, Bob?
No, I'm not.
Do you masturbate?
Yes, I do.
You playing the drums while you do it?
Do I play the drums while I do it? No, I don't.
Oh, now if you could produce something while you're on the rider, I mean, could you imagine?
That'd be a good one.
Bob,
Yeah.
so you're calling to ask if this is a problem because it's involuntary, right?
Yeah, and the first time it ever happened, it totally freaked me out, and then after a while, it started happening like a little more often.
I don't think you would ever do this in front of another person. I can't imagine that you could be that relaxed and that comfortable with a date sitting there.
And
You
let
would
me-
spontaneously
Guys don't
ejaculate.
need to be relaxed and comfortable.
But well, wait a minute. Let me explain the penis to. I know there's certain women out here who don't have them. Other guys that wish they had more. The penis, it varies. There's some that are sort of very difficult to pull the trigger on. I mean, it's rusty. You got to use 2 hands, really. And then some you just blow on it, and the trigger goes off. And
Yeah.
this is the spectrum.
That's right.
Now, Bob is way over on
Yes.
one side.
Yes.
You
And-
don't have to even blow on it.
But
You don't have to
think-
get close
right,
to it. It'll go off.
Right, just
Put it
show-
out in the sun, it'll fire.
Show it a bullet.
Right.
Target.
Right.
Show it a target. There you go.
Right. So.
But look, what advice would you give him if it's the same as any other premature ejaculation or easy ejaculation, which is
Masturbate more regularly.
Right. What kind of shows? Does it have to be a certain kind of show? It's not the McNeil Lair or something like that, is it?
No, nothing at all like that. Like lately, it's been like very like sensuous commercials, like Victoria's Secret or something like
Boy,
in that effect.
You really got to operate quick because the spots are 30 seconds. All right, so what is Bob? Is it a problem? Could it
How
be a
often
physiological problem?
Are you on
Could he have a
medication?
tumor
Are you
or
on
something?
medication?
Nothing prescribed to me, no.
Are you otherwise hypersexual? I mean, do you have sexual thoughts all the time?
No,
'Cause you-
not all the time.
Okay, he's
not really a
19.
problem.
It's not a problem.
Wait,
Get on a little masturbatory maintenance.
Wait, there are 2 quick questions. Did you say no medication?
No medication.
And how often do you masturbate?
Oh God, like maybe twice a week.
Now, why don't you up it?
Huh?
I like to see a 19-year-old going between 8 and 13 times a week.
And I don't understand, Bob.
That's what I like to see.
Be clear
At
with
least
me.
once a day?
When I say medication, I
least.
mean any
I'm
pharmacologic
putting
agents.
him on hold, Jacko.
He's doing some medication. He's doing
Really?
something, yeah.
All right, well, don't grab my arm. Bob?
Yeah.
Any substances or medications or anything?
No, nothing at all.
Are
Nothing.
you doing ecstasy?
No,
Steroids?
no.
Glandulars? Anything?
Cocaine?
Stuff you got
No,
at the
nothing.
park?
Androstenedione?
Nothing to that effect.
Androstenedione? Anything like that?
Nothing.
All right. There
All
you
right.
go.
Is that, whoa! Okay. All right. Just Shoot Me is the name of the show. Wendie Malick is the name of our guest. Bring her out here. Still heckling, please. Just Shoot Me, doing great, third season. And what do you want to say about it? I'm done.
Brilliant show. We're very happy to still be around. We were the little engine that could, and initially they didn't quite know what to do with us, and we've been sort of building from the beginning, and I think it's become smarter and funnier, and we're having a good time, so probably be around for a while.
Doesn't it seem like, I know in the sitcom world they try to launch things with a bang, and they do a lot of promos and whatnot, but the ones that make it are just the ones that are good. And it's all word of mouth, isn't it?
Yeah. It's all word of mouth, and also it's like anything. The first 6 or maybe even 10 or 12 episodes, they're trying to figure out who we all are. They're trying to write for us, to hear our voices, to figure out who these characters are. These characters have all gone through an evolution from the beginning. And I'm almost glad that the first 6 episodes were lost on an odd time on Wednesday night, because we weren't as good or as tight or as funny. And you know, with experience, they learn and we learn, and it's just getting better. We found our groove.
But the bitch of the thing is the time when you're judged the most harshly is the time when you're least prepared to be judged.
That's exactly true. And there used to be a lot more loyalty in series television, and now if you don't hit it in the first 6 episodes, usually you're history.
All right, I see Drew's fidgeting over there. Means
I know,
it's
you
time
probably
to
want to talk about sex.
Go to the phone.
It's been 2 minutes.
Drew, if Drew goes more than 3 minutes without boring an audience member, he feels like he's not doing his job. Ted.
Okay, you and my wife are married, right? And we have 3 boys, and you know she wants to have more kids. And the thing is, I didn't want to have more kids, and I went and had a vasectomy without her knowing it. And you know, I'm not sure how to tell her without ruining our marriage and stuff, because she still thinks that we could, that I could have kids, and she doesn't know yet that I've had that.
Wow.
So I'm wondering, what to do about it, and it's weird because like when we, have sex and stuff, and every time I'm going to ejaculate, I get like a sharp pain, down in my scrotum, and it's like I'm trying to hide it from her without her noticing it, but.
Just get some more detail. How did you get away to do this? Why did you decide to do it?
Well, yeah, I didn't want to have no more kids. We had 3 boys, and we wanted a girl, but after the first boy, we tried.
Why didn't you discuss this with your wife?
We kind of talked about it a little bit, but I found my chance when she went down south to visit her mom, and for that weekend I had it done that Friday night.
All right, we got to take a break. Drew, what kind of lame brain question is why did you decide to get a vasectomy? Not to have kids, you genius. But hold on, we're going to go to break. I'm going to straighten my partner out during the break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk to Ted.
If you have a question for Loveline, you can call us 24 hours a day. 323-520-LOVE. Long distance charges may apply.
Yeah, I know, it's genius. Hey, thank you. Wendie Malick is here from Just Shoot Me. Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock on NBC. Drew's out in the audience. Ted's on the phone.
Where, by the way, it's snowing out here. It's so cold out here now.
Over here.
Yeah, your nipples are hard.
Nice.
Get those Band-Aids. All right, Ted's already has 3 kids, lives in Oakland, is snuck out, got a vasectomy, wants to know what to say to his wife, who didn't know.
Whoops.
And Drew, isn't there a scar or something? I mean,
you could hide it, and there's a 2-week sort of healing period, right? Where is
she was out of town for a little bit.
Staying with her mom or something.
Ted?
Hello?
How long was she out of town?
She was just gone for that weekend.
How did you hide it from her then?
She had left, she had left like Thursday night, and I went and got it. I had it.
Yeah, but it takes a while to heal. How did you hide that all from her?
Well, I mean, it healed that weekend.
No, it didn't.
No,
it didn't.
it
Ted, you full of crap?
No, I'm not.
Can you explain to me when you have a vasectomy, sperm doesn't come out of the penis anymore?
Sperm doesn't, semen does. Sperm is just a component in semen.
So it would seem to her that he's fully functioning?
Right, but he
No,
doesn't
I
get...
had it done that Friday night, and the doctor told me he told me to lay down and put ice in it. So that whole weekend, I rested. She came back like Monday.
And then how long before you had sex again?
Well, it was at least about a week and a half.
Well, they usually give you explicit directions about that.
What do they tell you?
2 weeks.
They say the first one's the good one, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that true, Ted?
It hurt the first time because, I think it was too soon.
All right.
You shouldn't be having pain, so you got to go back and see the doctor about that, for one thing. Secondly, the question here is, should you be telling your wife about what you've done? We have an audience comment.
All right.
Yes, I think you should definitely tell your wife why and give her logical reasons why you decided to get what you got. And if you don't tell her, then she might think in the future that there's medical problems with her. This leads to doctor's bills, et cetera, et cetera. There you go. The snowball effect continues.
She's going to send him for sperm counts, and when it's 0, they're going to be doing needle tests into the spermatic cords and trying to draw out microsurgical techniques.
Take the 3 kids you got and take care of them. That's all. No more kids.
I'm sure there is a way to breach this with your wife. If you're saying, I want to take care of you, I want to take care of the 3 kids we have the best we can, I want this to be our family. I made this decision without you, right or wrong. This is life. This is reality. And move on. Because, first of all, if you're going to be in a marriage where you can't tell someone that you can no longer have children, have major surgery when they go out of town, you're in the wrong place to be having more kids anyway.
Right.
Like, you got to stop the cycle that you were talking about.
All right.
I decided I'm going to be quiet today.
That's good, Drew. All right.
This is big.
We're going to the phone there. Who's on the phone? Imani and Andre. Well, that sounds like a culture I can make fun of.
Imani?
Hello. No, you can't make fun of me.
Oh. How are you? What's going on?
Okay, I have a very serious problem and a question, okay?
Okay.
My boyfriend, his penis size is extremely huge, making it, when we have sex, it makes it more painful than pleasurable. It limits the positions that we can do, and it makes it hard for me to perform oral sex on him because as soon as he gets excited, like it starts expanding. It's about like 13 inches.
Oh, my
God. It gets like so wide, and then like the bottom gets bigger, and it's like really thick. So when I try to give him oral sex,
Okay.
it starts hurting my jaw.
We got
Anyway, the question I have is there any way that it could like not get as large, or
No.
is there some sort of how you call it, like something that like an
Reduction?
operation or some type of procedure that can make it smaller?
Not that I'm aware
Imani,
of.
that's not really even a fair question, that you can't perform oral sex on him, so he should have surgery to reduce his penis.
Yeah, why don't you have a mouth enlargement?
But I should have a mouth enlargement.
That'd be easy. You just,
I don't think so.
you know, like the Joker?
I don't think
You
so.
just make a little relief cut on each side, right?
Wait a minute, but I'm saying initially when I saw his penis size, I didn't want to do it with him because it was so big,
Right.
but
Well,
I
listen,
liked
okay.
him and I cared
Imani,
about him, and I thought the relationship was going that way.
Good. That's
Okay.
good.
Now,
And
what
we
are we supposed to do about
Hang
this?
on. We certainly
Okay.
get more complaints about too large than too small.
And I've been saying from the beginning that too large is worse than too small.
Yes, and this is case in
Definitely.
point.
I've never seen anything like that
Imani,
in my
we got,
life.
all right, relax. We've heard from you. We understand the nature of your problem.
think we
Is
have a
Andre on the
picture.
phone there?
Yeah. Here, you can speak to him. He's right here.
Okay. Want to speak to Andre?
Yeah.
Take the muzzle off.
Speak to him. I want to hang out with him. Andre,
Yes,
how's it going there?
it's fine.
All right. How big is your penis, seriously?
It's not really 13 inches.
No.
It's more like 8 inches.
Right.
All right, so here's the question.
But it's really wide, though.
Are you upset that she can't perform oral sex on you, or is she upset that she can't perform?
I think both of us is upset, but I think it's more her.
It's not the oral sex. It's the fact that it's painful to have intercourse.
No.
Yeah, it's really painful for her. I mean, in order for us to have intercourse, she has to be really excited.
How about lubrication?
Yeah, we've used lubrication, but it still hurts. Sometimes, she'll bleed,
Yeah.
So,
the bleeding, but again, the bleeding is not a problem. Is she see that as a problem?
sometimes sometimes,
The
but
pain is a
it's more
problem.
the pain.
The pain
it's more
is the
the
problem.
pain.
Okay.
More the
Wait a
pain.
Why
minute.
is the bleeding not a problem?
Because you would anticipate bleeding from that sort of stimulation, from something
Yeah, but that's
banging
kind
up
of
against
a
the cervix.
problem.
That's not
It's
going
like
to hurt her.
capillary.
It's
That's
a
not gonna hurt her.
deterrent.
I don't want her to freak out because of the bleeding, as though like we can't do it because I bleed every time. That would be okay. That's not a big deal, provided she's followed properly.
So is
But the
there like
pain is the
any
problem.
methods we could use?
Yes, I'll tell you all of them right now. She's got to get into some kind of yoga. She's got to relax. Got to relax. You tense up. Ain't nothing getting in you.
Why don't you let the ladies give some advice? I don't want to hear from you anymore.
I know the vagina.
I know you do.
Well, it would seem that bodies have an amazing ability to adapt to one another. And I think that you are onto something, that this woman sounds like, if she's being sincere, that she is very anxious about this relationship, and probably every muscle in your body tenses up when you're anxious, including
Right.
that one, and that if she can somehow learn to just relax and go with this more,
And I think the way that she learns to relax is from Andre. Andre's, during intercourse, you're going to have to go very slowly, very carefully, and listen to her until she feels calm. You one day may have the ability to birth a child, which will be bigger than Andre's entire abdomen. I mean, you should be able to fit a penis inside of your body.
Yes.
It's just the trust factor.
You
One
guys,
has to go slow,
solid
one has
advice.
to
Excellent
calm down.
advice.
Thank
That's
you,
it.
dear.
Leave it. Leave it.
She's got to get on top of him, too, where he's not in charge.
He's right.
He cannot be in charge. She has to set the tempo. All right.
We got an email.
There you have that. And one other suggestion. Thing seems too wide. Paint stripes on it. It's very slimming. You know, as an ex-model, what that can do.
Wear dark colors.
Yes, dark colors with
No
vertical
patterns.
stripes.
Email from Mark in Deer Falls, Pennsylvania.
Well, Drew, would you read?
I'm waiting for the thing to catch up with me. Here we go.
No, I mean, really,
email.
put it out there.
Would you like to read it?
No, I can't read.
Okay. My girlfriend
You
has...
know that too, you bastard. Just put it out.
My girlfriend has orgasms for 10 or 15 minutes after we finish having sex. I mean, we can be dressed and out the door and she is still climaxing. Is that normal? Mark, you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Me and my girlfriend, we've been together for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
And we've been having sex regularly. And we'll finish 10 to 15 minutes after making love, she's still having orgasms. We'll be dressed, going down the steps, and she's still climaxing. And it's really starting to scare me. I want to know if this is normal.
Well, it's not...
She's still climaxing continuously, or it picks up again?
It's not really climaxing. It's persistent spasm,
It's sense memory,
irritability.
too, isn't it?
It's what?
Sense memory.
I'm not sure everybody knows exactly the mechanism, but some women... Is she multi-orgasmic, generally? I mean, when you guys are having sex?
Mobile orgasmic.
Yeah, she has at least 20, 30 or something like that.
It's typically women that don't have...
Would you quiet and let people enjoy the laugh?
Typically people that don't have any refractory or significant refractoriness or multi-orgasmic, this sort of... They tend to have these low-level orgasms that can go on even for days afterwards.
Like delayed.
Like a tremor.
It's almost like an irritability.
Fabulous. Wish list. Leave her alone.
Yeah, Mark, it's normal for her, and don't worry about it, okay? All right.
Yeah, that was one of those.
Why is he disappointed, though?
No, he's not. Let me
Do you
tell
think
what
he's
that
just
was.
showing off?
Yeah.
Yes, proud.
Once in a while, that's what we like to call, my penis is so big I can't ride a bicycle, what do I do? Calls.
I'm so beautiful, men won't hit on me.
Right. That's the female version. The guy goes right for the junk on his call. But sometimes I give my woman has too big an orgasm for too long a period of time.
And it frightens me now.
It's interrupting her studies. All right. You're the world's greatest lover. Carly,
Yes.
you're 23. You got a question.
Yeah, my question. When I was a little girl, I was molested by my father, and he's an alcoholic, so I can see that. I was also molested by a female cousin by her friends.
After your dad got to you?
I'm sorry?
After your dad did his thing?
Well, this happened throughout a period. My parents were going through a divorce, and he had, visitation and stuff, and I would block it out.
Okay.
And as I got older, it would come back. And the question is, I've got a stepbrother that's 9 years younger than me, and when he was probably 4 or 5, I molested him.
All right.
And I feel like such a monster because I was hitting puberty, I was having a hard time going through suicidal thoughts, and it was coming full force. It was all affecting me then.
All right, Carly.
Yeah.
We got to take a break. So listen, compose yourself, get a glass of tea, or take a little break, and we'll come back. We'll get everything sorted out. You feel much better about yourself. All right?
Hang on there.
Don't answer stupid questions.
I'm Esai. That funny name? You're watching Loveline on MTV.
You can email us your questions at loveline3@aol.com. Please include your phone number.
Yeah? All right. Wendie Malick is here from Just Shoot Me, Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock on the fabulous NBC. Carly is 23. She's on the phone. Carly was molested by her alcoholic father. Then her cousin got to her. Her childhood was less than perfect, and then she acted out on her stepbrother.
When he was 5, yeah.
And she was 12?
Carly?
She was hitting puberty. How old were you, Carly?
He's 9 years younger. It's probably
14.
I was probably 14.
How's your stepbrother now?
We're very close. And it's not like we had intercourse. We didn't.
Okay.
He just touched my breast, probably kissed them, and we'd take baths together. And he would put himself near me.
Okay.
And we're very close now, but I see the way it's affected me in my life.
Yeah,
and
but you were overtly abused, right? Different.
Yeah.
Different.
I mean, how do you tell a cousin that you look up to not to have oral sex with you in the bathtub?
Carly, look, you were so badly violated by your dad. Your ability to know what is or is not appropriate was completely destroyed by your dad. The culprit in all this, right, is your father. It's not your fault that you were victimized by this monster, right? Now, what you did to your stepbrother, of course, the children that have been sexually abused do inappropriate sexual kinds of behaviors with other people, particularly younger people, and they have difficulty maintaining boundaries. But you didn't do anything that's necessarily destructive.
Sure, I did. He's totally introverted. He's very insecure. He's a little overweight.
You didn't do that. You didn't do that. You may have affected him. You may have contributed. You may have caused some confusion. But you also, it sounds like you have a real connected relationship with him now. Are the boundaries okay now?
I've tried to talk to him.
Yeah.
It's really hard because he looks up to me totally.
Carly, you got to remember, was he not raised by your same dad?
No. He was raised by my mom's second husband.
But let's at least say
Second husband.
Yeah, your mom was the same person that teamed up with that screwball dad in the first place. So your mom has some issues,
Well,
right?
she's codependent.
Profoundly, obviously.
Here's what Drew's saying. Drew's saying there's a better than not chance that this guy may have been touched by somebody else other than you. Number one.
Well, I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying that
yes, you are. You're saying
there's
there's a possibility.
I'm saying that these are your mom is disturbed. She's the mom. She hooks up with disturbed people. That's who raised your stepson. So he's going to have some issues from that.
Well, no one knows.
Way more important, Carly, than what happened between the two of you.
You're not going to speculate that he may have been screwed with?
I think you're right. He may have been, but it's not even. I don't even want to go that far with this. Just to get her to acknowledge that she's not responsible for the totality of the emotional and personality development of this kid. That in fact you've probably been the only salvation for this child, and you can continue to be so. You should give him an opportunity to talk about this. You should establish very firm boundaries and be available to him.
How many times did you do it?
You know, I don't know, maybe 4.
Carly, see, I think you have he's going to be fine. This is not about you.
And I don't think necessarily she should bring this child up to talking about this.
But I
wonder about that, though. If she mentioned that he looks up to her,
yes.
so it's probably a fairly intimate, trusting relationship.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be helpful if she could discuss some of this
if you
with him?
clarify the boundaries, it may be his only opportunity for an intimate relationship. Okay, but he doesn't respond yet. But
he says, "Oh, sis, you know, don't worry about it." And I'm like, "No, you don't understand."
Carly, are you in some kind of treatment?
No.
Why don't you get yourself into some kind of supervision and treatment, and thereby you'll have a sort of professional supervision and somebody following you guys and can help you and advise you and really make sure this all turns out okay.
But that's just it. I don't want it to blow up into something.
Carly, you're not hearing me. It can work out great. It's an opportunity for things to be better than they would have been had you not been around, okay? For this child. Do you understand that? You have an opportunity, and I think I would say I bet you've been a positive influence all the way along. And so for you to feel worthless and all those feelings, those are your feelings. They're separate from this relationship, and you need to deal with that.
She's thrusting her feelings onto the kid. She had a horrible, it's such a horrible event in her life that she's turning it into a horrible event in his life. The reality is he grabbed a little when he was 9. He's all right. I mean, believe me, it's easier on guys than it is
it's easier
the
on
other
guys
way
than
around.
it's a girl, and it's not the father.
Yes.
It's not father.
Irrevocable.
Right. He's not in that bad a shape.
No.
I wish I would have done that when I was 9. I really would have. I do. He's all right. You guys know it's no big deal. He's probably bragging to his friends. He probably likes her. He tells her it's all right. Forget about him. She needs to get some therapy, and she can help him better with therapy.
Correct.
At the same time.
Very good. Poor Carly.
All right. Let's talk to Kawana. Kawana's in the Easy Bake Oven. Kawana's named after a fruit. What the hell kind of name is that? Kawana.
Hello, Dr. Drew. Hi, Adam.
Is it Kawana?
It's Kawana.
Does that mean anything?
Yes, it does.
Means I don't like Diane.
What's Kawana mean?
Well, it's supposed to be a Hawaiian princess.
Oh, all right.
For what?
Hawaiian princess.
Hawaiian princess. All right, what's going on?
Well, I've been dating this guy for a little while, and he's a really nice guy. We get along great, except for just one problem that I can't see past, and that's his scalp. He's bald. And it's really difficult to get intimate with him because I'm not physically attracted to him.
Oh, you are a Hawaiian princess.
Is there...
Well, let's not be too harsh on him.
He's a really, really nice guy,
She's
but this is a problem. So is there a treatment that he can have? Or,
is he completely bald?
He's really young, as a matter of fact. He's 29, and the top of his head, yes, and he's blonde too, so it's really noticeable.
Has he ever tried any treatments?
No, he hasn't.
There is Propecia now. There's a pill you can take. It's related to the other sort of, it's an anti-androgen. I worry about young people taking it.
Isn't this horrible to ask someone that you're dating to take medication or do something to their head because you're not attracted to it?
It could be. On the other hand, if it's in the context of wanting him to be as attractive as he can be.
No, it's not as attractive as he can be to her.
If the circumstances
If this was the other way around, because if this relationship works out or not, that guy will carry around this insecurity forever.
Does this man have any insecurity about his baldness?
Well, he hasn't brought anything up to me about it, but this could help him out also because I do notice that he rubs his hand over his head a lot.
It might feel good. A lot of guys like that.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking.
But to try and fix his hair.
All right, well, hold on a second there, Kawana. You want to... I agree with both of you, which is if he doesn't like being bald, then let's give him some information that's going to help him. If he's cool with it,
leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
Find somebody
He's
else.
a blonde guy. See, blonde guys don't bald good. They're bad balders.
Propecia, Rogaine, and then there are all kinds of surgical and microsurgical techniques out there. I mean,
Oh, good. No, leave him alone.
No,
if you
wait a
can't
minute.
get over
Guys,
the bald,
hold on to
get
this.
another guy.
Let
if he's into
Drew just tell him what he can do if he wants to
and
do it.
these are not big surgeries. These are a lot of guys
No,
offer
it's the
this.
same
They
as
want
me,
this.
just going from a
No,
B
it's
to
not,
a D.
No, it's not the same. It's a much.
Come on, guys.
This is much harder.
That's a much more significant operation. That's an operation. This is a local technique.
Dr. Drew?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, is there a way that I could tell him that won't affect his ego?
No. No, but again, offer it as something where you're trying to help him enhance his attractiveness if he's interested. If he's not, this may be a deal breaker for you, and it's unfortunate that a relationship would end because of such superficial issues. But offer those things. There's plenty of people out there doing those procedures. So there you
And
go.
the fact that he never has brought this up and said, gee, I always wondered what it would be like, or does this bother you, makes me think that he's probably okay with it.
Yeah. All right, Kawani may have to find yourself another guy.
So are bald guys usually hornier than guys with a lot of hair?
They are, but they can't get laid because they're bald.
Eric, what's going on?
All right.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
I got a problem. I live in a fraternity house, and I moved in early this semester with this guy. We weren't really good friends, but started seeing like really hardcore pornography like all over the room, like magazines and videos. And every time I go to take a movie out of the VCR, you know, one would pop out. Didn't really think it was a big deal until a couple weeks before Thanksgiving. I walked in my room. We have a suite, and you have to walk through the living room area to get to my room. And he was there masturbating on the couch. And he didn't, like, attempt to cover himself up or anything. He just was like, get out. And I just ran out of the room. I was, like, mortified. And I don't know how to, like, you know, I don't want to feel uncomfortable in my own room. I don't know how to approach the situation without embarrassing him. But I don't want to feel uncomfortable in my own room. And I have to go through that living room area to get to my bedroom.
All right.
Change fraternities.
Yeah. That's, I think they're not in the house, though. They're in their apartment, dorm or whatever. All right, Eric, I'm an expert. I'll explain to you all about masturbatory etiquette after the break.
And the roommate.
And the roommate.
If you have a question for Loveline, you can call 24 hours a day. 323-520-LOVE. Long distance charges may apply.
Hey, more Loveline with Wendie Malick from Just Shoot Me. Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock, NBC. Wendie doesn't know a whole lot about guest etiquette because about 10 seconds before we came to me, I mean, Diane was doing her spiel, and they're about to, and she leaned up and she goes, "Do you get a lot of hate mail?"
Well, you have a strong point of view, and that can get you in trouble.
You're just going to leave me with "you get a lot of hate mail," and then I got to start the show and think about have that ringing in my ear?
Along with the fan mail.
And then I said, no, I don't, no. And she goes, "They keep it from you." I need to think about that while I'm doing the show.
Forgive me.
Oh, please. There we go. The
threesome
third
girl.
wheel on the trike over there. I don't get that much hate mail. I really should.
Yeah.
Drew gets more crap than I do.
That's true.
Do you really?
They expect more out of Drew, that's why.
The expectations
They
are
wrote
much
me
higher.
off a long time ago.
Because if I take an opinion, people want to attack it. They want to have their own,
Well, and
their
also
own
they
issues
feel that
about
you are prepared to give an opinion, an informed,
I sort of represent the man,
educational.
and so the man, if they have antisocial feelings, it all gets directed at me. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas you're the rebel without a cause.
Right. I represent the woman. All right. Eric.
So Eric, so
What is Eric's
he's got the
round?
disgusting frat brother in the living room.
Yeah.
And Eric, you'd be amazed how often we get this question. We go out and do sort of presentations at colleges, and we get this question every single school.
Yeah, but Eric's situation actually isn't even that bad in comparison to the ones we usually get.
This is sort of our answer to, I wonder what's going to happen to the population when they have all this access to pornography and videos and things.
Right.
They get so caught up in it, they're detached from reality and they can't behave.
Also, the problem is when you're in college and you're not making a bunch of money, you don't have a bunch of VCRs. You got one. That one is planted in the living room. That VCR is his ticket
Concubine.
to Utopia.
That's his concubine.
Yeah, it's his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And that's where he's going to reside. If you could get the VCR into the bathroom, into his bathroom or his room or whatever, you could get him over there.
All right, but
They share all these rooms. That's his point. And he has no privacy.
You've got to have a discussion with them. Make it as casual or as try to use
Light,
humor,
yeah.
light, but just make it clear that it really bugs you and it's just not right. And look, we all live here together. We have to abide by some rules of propriety in order to get along. And you don't like what you had to walk through the other day.
These are the lessons you're in college for. You're going to one day have to say something to your boss that you feel uncomfortable about, to your wife, to whatever. You just have to be able to
Hopefully, if your boss
address.
is not about the masturbation.
In your living room, anyway.
Hey, Phil, the conference room is really for people to gather and discuss projects. All right, Drew?
Yeah.
Hold the book up.
There it is.
That is our book. There it is. That is the world's greatest book. You think this show is spectacular. This book is really spectacular. We're going to give it to Wendie so Wendie can then give it to her mom.
Thank you.
In the audience. And she's ashamed of it. Wendie Malick, thank you very much. Just shoot me, 9 o'clock, Tuesday nights, NBC. Much luck to you and continued success. And thank you, Dante. Until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew and Diane Farr saying mahalo.
Loveline is a Stone Stanley production. Yeah. Cool.